Hi, my name is Adrian. I'm one of the small dog walkers here at HSNB. So what we're going to do today is put together a short video so our new small dog walkers can kind of go through the process, what to expect, and how it works, and just kind of introduce you to the procedure. Okay. So first thing, once you get in the gate, and we'll give you the gate code once you get started. So we come to the volunteer building here to sign in on the sign-in board. So let's go for that first. So when you first come in to start your shift, go ahead and fill in the chart. It's usually right here on the front table. There's usually pens nearby. So just fill in the date, put on your name, the time in, and then before you leave, the time you sign out. And that's pretty much it. Here in the basket, you want to be sure to grab poop bags. You're going to need this during your shift. So be sure to get a roll of poop bags to keep in your pocket for your time here. So from the direction of the volunteer center, we're going to head this way to the small dog building, which is right over here. So this building has two doors, but we don't use the solid door. We actually use the ramp over on this end. So don't try to go in the other door. Always use the ramp. Entrance for the small dog building, use the one with the ramp. Do not use the side door. That one's usually locked. So we've got a small play area for the small dogs right here. So this could be used for if you want to just have some quiet one-on-one time with your dog, and it's used for staff as well. Take them out for their potty breaks. Okay, so we're in the small dogs building. Let me kind of show you where to get supplies. Right by the door here, we've got collars, combs, brushes, harnesses. On this side over here, we also have a couple sizes of harnesses in case you need one. Usually the dogs have their harnesses in the pouches right next to their enclosures, so they will have their harnesses there. If you come first thing in the morning, the dogs may not have their harnesses on yet because the staff has not taken them out for their walks yet. So I'm going to show you how to put on the harness on one of the dogs we're going to take out today. They're pretty easy. There's basically only two different types of harnesses. So Jonah has his flat collar on, which all the dogs should have before you take them out and put on the second harness. So this harness goes over his head, over the other collar, and then the loop should be on the back of his neck. I like it on the back because the little dogs, it's just easier that way. I know some people like to put it on the front, but because they're shorter, it's easier. I have better control when it's on their back, at the top of their neck. Okay, then this strap goes underneath his chest and then hooks around the other side. So this type of harness is nice because it can be adjusted to fit the dog. So it is it could fit a range of dog sizes, so it's kind of nice. This one fits more snug. Always make sure the harness fits snug, not tight, but just snug enough so that if this should slip over his head, he doesn't slide out. So you want it to always fit tight around the chest area and comfortably tight around the neck as well. Okay, so I'm going to hook both his harness and the collar on to my leash so that I have two methods of security. So when we go out the street, in case anything scares him, I have two methods that he is secure on my leash. Okay. One of the play yards here at HSNB, this one is right next to the small dogs building, which is really convenient for potty time and for quiet play time. So we have a bin of clean, washed toys that you can have your dog play with. Preferably don't pull out more than one or two toys because it is one dog and to that toy only. So they do not share toys. When you're finished using the play yards, we have a bucket that the soiled toys must go into. We cannot leave any used toys in the playground for the next dog. When your dog does a poop in the play yard, it's always important that we keep it sanitary for the next dogs after you. So once you take your poop roll, pick up the poop, pick up as much as you can. I know sometimes you may or may not be able to, but pick it all up as much as you can. Tie a knot in your bag, dispose of that in the trash. And each play yard has a bottle of rescue that must be used every time the dog does a number two. And once you pick up the solid part of that. So once you've picked it up, be sure to spray the area thoroughly where the poop was, so to prevent any sort of disease that might be spread to the other dogs in the play yard after you. Here at HSNB, be sure to leave the gate open for the next person. That couple reasons that's good for is to signal that the play yard is open. And another reason is if any of the dogs should get out of their enclosures, they tend to run to the play yards because they relate that to it being a fun experience there. So very important that you leave the gate open when you leave the gate, when you leave the gated area. So we're going to take Jonah for a quick walk. When you come out to the parking lot, always watch for other dogs, especially at the weekends where we have a lot of dog walkers on premise. So they may be coming from you around the side because there's different areas that may be coming from, and everyone has to go out this gate. So just be wary of all around you if there's another dog coming with their walkers. So we're heading to the gate. We're going to open the gate. We're going to close the gate behind us. So that's very important. Always keep the gate closed. So we're heading on the street right outside the main gate of the shelter towards the waterfront. This is a quieter route, especially for some of our small dogs who might not be as excitable as other dogs. So I kind of like to go this way because it's quieter. Especially on the weekends, we tend to have fewer trucks on this road, and it makes for a nicer walk for the dogs. Something I do want to point out, the greenery that's on the side of the roads. This time of year, we're starting to get foxtails. So foxtails is probably one of the biggest hazards for our dogs. They can get into their noses, their mouths, their ears, embedded in their fur. So I want to point out what they look like. This path is nice and quiet. We're the only ones on it, but later on in the day, there will be other walkers with their dogs. So always try to keep at least 20 feet between you and the next dogs so that they don't get too excitable. Just be sure to stay on opposite sides of the street if possible. A nice day today, but when it rains, this street and pretty much any street will start to form puddles. Puddles you want to avoid with your dogs. You don't want them walking through them or drinking from them because they can cause bacterial infections in their stomachs and such. So always try to avoid the water, still water, from them walking over. Jonas enjoying the sunshine. So we're the only ones out here right now. But again, just keep an eye out. Always look a few feet in front of you for hazards. Keep an eye out for food scraps, cigarette butts, other dogs pooping. Be sure to, our neighbors are nice enough to let us use this whole track to walk our dogs. But if you see some poop that maybe got left behind, just pick it up and take it back to the nearest trash receptacle if you can. But do keep an eye out for hazards. Like I said, food scraps, anything that might be tempting to your dog or the next dog to consume and possibly get sick from ingesting that. Okay, so we're going to put Jonah back into his house. And so we're going to lift him in and hold onto his flat collar and unhook his harness and his collar. Hold him still and then close the door tight. And these small enclosures, a lot of them have two sides. So always check the one that he's going back in on and then check the other side too. Because sometimes the staff may have cleaned their house when they were out and that did not get left. So always check both sides. I always check to make sure they have fresh water when we come back as well. The sign in, sign out board for the small dogs. So when you are finished with your dog, look for your dog's name. And we took Jonah out. So we're going to write WK for walk. And he had a poop as well. So we're going to write WK poop. So the staff knows that he got out for a walk and he had a poop during that walk. Okay, and then just put the marker back on the side.
Okay.
So this board is always going to tell you who's available to go out for walks. Today's Sunday, so we're going to check the names. And also the staff will also write notes about the dogs too. Like this other dog is a little scared, so just be wary of that. But they'll make any kind of notes that might be helpful. Also, if they're out on foster, obviously that's why he or she isn't here, because they're out on foster. Or if there's any kind of a medical illness that they should not be going out for a walk, that'll be noted as well. So that is the basic procedure on taking a small dog out for a walk. And so when you're done with your shift, we go back into the volunteer center and we sign out your ending time. So let's go back in and put your ending time. And okay.
Okay. Do a little close up here.
Put my ending time. Can I go ahead and write?
Yeah, sure, go. Sign out. Perfect. All right.
Okay. Okay. And thank you for coming. I hope that you have a good experience with the small dog walking and training. So I'm Adrienne. I'm usually here on the weekend mornings. We have several other small dog walkers too. Just know that anytime you have a question, feel free to ask the staff members, feel free to ask any of the other dog walkers if you have any questions. If any time you don't feel comfortable yet working on your own, feel free to ask anyone for help or for additional training. We're here to help you, and we'll want to make this a good experience for you. The dogs appreciate it, and we definitely all appreciate it too.